request on this portal the applauses to continue, please. For Amity is as good as you make it, and wherever you go, your name with Amity will remain forever. Let the applauses be rolling for our guests. Thank you. I'll request everybody to be seated, please. For Virtus, disciplinum is not just a word. It's not just a concept. It is a thought. It is a thought that together we can change the world. And that is what our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, sir, always believes in. Because he believes in the power of the young minds, the power of the youth. Please welcome other guests of ours with a roaring applause. You all can be seated, but the applauses have to be rolling. Yes, please, that's the way, that's the spirit, that's the spirit. For life is as good as you make it. And at Amity, we believe that Amity is as good as you make it. Wherever you go, your name with Amity will remain forever. I'll now request all our eminent guests to kindly be seated on the dais. I'll request our chief guest who's joining us online, Shri Ravindra Negi ji, who's MLA, Government of NCT of Delhi, who's joined us. Guest of honor, His Excellency Ambassador Dr. Neeraj Tandon, Honorary Director and Dean, UN, UGP USA, to be kindly seated on the dais. I'll request our guest of honor, Mr. Pawan Patel, Global Peace Ambassador for AUGP USA, UN UGP, to be seated on the dais, sir. Please come. Please come on the dais, sir. The applause is to be rolling. Yes. Guests of honor, Major Vijesh Rana, Second in Command, 24th Battalion, BSF. Guest of honor, Mr. Yatin Bhaskar Dugal, National Head, VBLC. Our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, sir, has also joined us online. Please welcome Chancellor, sir, also with a thunderous applause. It is all his spirit and dream that the young minds, one of the, pillars of Viksit Bharat. So together, we are going to make our country developed by the year 2047. Kitna khubsurat hoga 2047 ka Bharat, Viksit Bharat.
मैम, जब विकसित भारत का यूथ इतना सचेत है तो 100% विकसित भारत 2047 is a near vision and certainly it's going to be the best one.
All right. So while our guests are now being seated on the dais, let us remind ourselves that nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect in this world, but we develop that perfection by consistent hard work. All right, delegates. So on a count of 3, you all will tell me again, what is the theme of today's AMIMUN’26 conference, which is Asia's largest conference and world's 3rd largest conference. Count of 3, 1, 2, and 3. I want the online committee members and everybody who's joined us online to listen to it. Again on a count of 3, 1, 2, and 3. Lovely. That's really lovely. So with that parable, with that concept and maxim, here we go as we begin with this conference. So in today's hard press world, please welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor. Please rise and welcome Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Balwinder Shukla, ma'am. The applause is to be rolling, please. I want to hear it till there, till the back end. Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, it is because of ma'am that we are now in the 15th edition of this conference. Thank you so much, everybody. Please, all the delegates, please be seated. Now, on the dais, the illustrious dais with our guest, Shri Ravindra Negi ji, MLA, Government of NCT of Delhi, is joining us online. Guest of honor, His Excellency Ambassador Dr. Neeraj Tandon, Honorary Director and Dean, UN UGP USA. Guest of honor, Mr. Pawan Patel, who is also the Global Peace Ambassador for AUGP USA, UN UGP. Guest of honor, Major Vijesh Rana. Guest of honor, Mr. Yatin Bhaskar Dugal, together with the core secretariat members, are now seated on the dais. We now seek the permission of Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am to formally begin with the event. VC Ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Dignitaries of the dais, delegates of the dais, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you all to the Amity International Model United Nations 2026. I am Ishan Vyas.
I am Ayushi Tripathi.
And I'm Janki Tandon.
And today, we'll be your MCs. The first edition of this coveted event was held in the year 2011. And since then, the AMIMUN has carved a niche with a rich and a proud history of policy making through discussions and debates which have consistently been in sync with the learnings of the United Nations. After the illustrious success of the previous 14 years and the previous 14 editions, we are proud to have created a niche for ourselves, certified by the fact that AMIMUN is now recognized as one of the top MUNs across India. The theme of the AMIMUN 2026, which is Virtus per Disciplinum, excellence through discipline. And as rightly said by Arthur Ashe, start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can.
Indeed, it's virtuous per disciplinum, the theme that would now be focusing upon all 3 days, setting the tone for our delegates to deliberate upon. We are highly privileged to have amongst us our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Ravinder Negi Sir, MLA, Government of NCT of Delhi. Guest of Honor, His Excellency Ambassador Dr. Neeraj Tandon Sir, Honorable Director and Dean, UNUGP USA. Our Guest of Honor, Mr. Pavan Patel Sir, Global Peace Ambassador for AUGP USA, UNUGP. Our Guest of Honor, Major Vizesh Rana Sir, Second in Command, 24th Battalion BSF. Our Guest of Honor, Mr. Yatin Bhaskar Duggal Sir, National Head of VBLC. Honorable Founder President Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan Sir, Honorable Chancellor Dr. Atul Chauhan Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. Balvinder Shukla Ma'am, Additional Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Sanjeev Bansal Sir, Chairperson Professor Dr. Lakshmi Ahuja Ma'am, and Co-Chairperson Dr. Sumitra Singh Ma'am, Deans, Directors, faculty members, and students who have joined us from across the globe here and through the virtual platform.
Gautam Buddha once said, thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle would not be shortened. At Amity, we begin every event by lighting the ceremonial lamp and by invoking the blessings of the goddess of learning, Goddess Saraswati. Let's begin today's inaugural ceremony with the invocation of the Almighty to take us all on the path of light and truth. May I request all the dignitaries of the dais to proceed to light the ceremonial lamp.
हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। तू स्वर की देवी, संगीत तुझसे, हर शब्द तेरा है, हर गीत तुझसे। हम हैं अकेले, हम हैं अधूरे, तेरी शरण में हमें प्यार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। मुनियों ने समझी, गुनियों ने जानी, वेदों की भाषा, पुराणों की वाणी। हम भी तो समझे, हम भी तो जाने, विद्या का हमको अधिकार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। तू श्वेत वर्णी कमल पे विराजे, हाथों में वीणा मुकुट सर पे साजे। मन से हमारे मिटा दे अंधेरे, हमको डालो का संसार दे माँ। हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ।
Thank you all for doing the honors.
At Amity University, modernity blends with tradition. Following this very tradition, and as a token of our gratitude and honor, we now request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Madam, and additional Pro Vice Chancellor, Sir, along with the chairperson of the AMIMUN 2026 to present a Tulsi sapling and a memento to all our esteemed guests. Presenting first to our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Ravindra Negi, Sir, MLA, Government of NCT of Delhi. Guest of honor, Major Visesh Rana, Sir, Second in Command, 24th Battalion, Border Security Force, Government of India. Can we have a big round of applause? Guest of honor, His Excellency Ambassador Dr. Neeraj Tandon, Sir, Honorary Director and Dean, UN UGP US. Guest of honor, Mr. Yatin Bhaskar Dugal, Sir, National Head of BBLC.
I request the audience to please keep the applause rolling as we honor our esteemed guests.
Thank you, Major Videsh Rana, Second in Command, 24th Battalion BSF, for gracing the occasion. Honorable Vice Chancellor, ma'am, for doing the honors. Thank you, Mr. Yatin Bhaskar Dugal, National Head VBLC, for gracing the occasion. VC ma'am, Additional Pro VC sir, for doing the honors. I'll now request Additional Pro VC sir to also present this token of gratitude to Honorable Vice Chancellor, ma'am. Ma'am, without you, this conference wouldn't have been possible. Roaring applause for our Honorable Vice Chancellor, ma'am. The 15th edition of AMIMUN is all because of blessings of VC ma'am. The portals of AMIMUN 2026 remains grateful and humbled to Honorable VC ma'am for guiding us, for being our guiding light and our mentor for this conference in so many years. Let's have a round of applause for the 15th edition of AMIMUN 2026. What is the theme on a count of three? 1, 2, 3. Great, great, great. So all of us are going to achieve that excellence through discipline, and that happens by training of the minds. Thank you, Ms. Ma'am and Additional Pro VC sir, for doing the honors. Major Videsh Rana and Mr. Yatin Bhaskar for gracing the occasion. Our chief guest, Mr. Ravindra Singh Negi, MLA, Government of NCT of Delhi, is joining us online.
We would now like to call upon the Secretary General of the Amity International Model United Nations 2026, Mr. Debanjan Das Gupta, for whom AMIMUN is not merely a conference, but a home. the intellectual hearth where his journey began, and his vision where his future resides. Can we have a big round of applause for Mr. Debanjan Das Gupta?
Thank you. Moral excellence comes about as a result of habit. We become just by doing just acts, temperate by doing temperate acts, brave by doing brave acts. These timeless words by Aristotle capture the essence of virtus per disciplinum, virtue through discipline. Moral excellence is never accidental. It is cultivated through deliberate action and consistent habit. By practicing justice, temperance, and courage, we shape intention into character, discipline into greatness. Good morning, distinguished delegates, esteemed guests, executive board members, and my fellow secretariat. It is a deeply humbling privilege to stand before you today as the Secretary General of AMIMUN’26. My journey with Model United Nations began 8 years ago, sparked by a simple curiosity that soon grew into an enduring passion for diplomacy, global affairs, and geopolitics. What fascinated me most was how a simulation of the United Nations mirrors the complexities of our world, where logic meets empathy and dialogue paves the way for understanding. At Amity University, I joined AMIMUN with a clear intent. My journey began with AMIMUN’24 as the Deputy Head of Delegate Affairs. And over the past 3 years, AMIMUN has been far more than an event. It has been a journey of growth, learning, and transformation. The countless hours of preparation, the laughter, the chaos, the friendships forged here have made AMIMUN my second home. I am immensely proud to share that the 15th edition of AMIMUN marks a historic milestone as the largest ever, hosting over 1,500 participants. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan Sir, our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan Sir, and Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Balwinder Shukla Ma'am, for their visionary leadership. I also sincerely thank Professor Dr. Sanjeev Bansal, Honorable Mr. Amol Chauhan Sir, Honorable Mr. Abhay Chauhan Sir, our esteemed board of advisors, and especially Professor Dr. Lakshmi Ahuja Ma'am, chair of this conference, for their guidance and dedication in making AMIMUN’26 truly exceptional. As we step into this 15th edition, I envision our most dynamic, inclusive, and intellectually vibrant conference yet, a platform celebrating youth diplomacy, meaningful discourse, and the courage to challenge the status quo. Delegates, remember, MUNs are not merely about awards. They teach us to listen before speaking and understand before judging. Let us carry forward the spirit of AMIMUN with dialogue, intellect, and unity, making this year's conference not only the largest, but also the most impactful in our history. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Debanjan Das Gupta, for such a warm welcome.
To present the opening remarks, I would kindly request Professor Dr. Lakshmi Ahuja Ma'am, Chairperson AMIMUN 2026 and officiating Dean Students Welfare, to share her insights on the journey of AMIMUN. Welcome our global delegates.
Thank you. A very good morning, distinguished guests, esteemed dignitaries, respected faculty members, and my dear students. On the dais, chief guest, Shri Ravindra Negi ji, he is there online, joining in a few minutes because of his meeting. Guest of honor, His Excellence Ambassador Dr. Neeraj Tandon, Honorable Director and Dean, UNUGP, USA, he's on the way. Guest of honor, Mr. Pawan Patel, Global Peace Ambassador for AUGP, USA, again, he's on the way. And because of traffic, he's joining. Guest of honor, Mr. Vijesh Rana, Second in Command, Border Security Force, Government of India. Guest of honor, Mr. Yatin Bhaskar Dugal, National Head, BBLC. Honorable Founder President Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan sir, and our Honorable Chancellor Dr. Atul Chauhan sir, our Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. Balvinder Shukla ma'am, Honorable Mr. Amol Chauhan, Executive Director Strategy, AUUP, and Honorable Mr. Abhay Chauhan, Senior Vice President, RBEF, it's with great pride and enthusiasm that I welcome you all to the 15th edition of Amity International Model United Nations. Since its inception in 2011, AMIMUN has evolved from a vision into a lasting legacy, one that empowers young leaders to engage with global challenges through diplomacy and purpose. With a legacy spanning 15 years, we proudly lead as the largest conference in Asia and rank among the top 3 globally. This year marks our most historic milestone yet, with the 15th edition hosting over 1,500 participants from 25 plus Indian states and more than 30 countries, representing more than 100 domestic institutions and more than 12 international universities, an unmistakable testament to AMIMUN's global stature and credibility. With 3 online committees, ECOSOC, WHO, UNODC, and 9 offline committees, that is UNICEF, United Nations Human Rights Council, United Nations General Assembly, United Nations Commission on the Status of Women, Special Committee on Peacekeeping Operations, International Monetary Fund, Joint Crisis Committee, Lok Sabha, IP. This year, themes virtues per disciplinum, excellence through discipline, reminds us that real change is not accidental. It's the result of dedication, intellectual rigor, and the courage to act. AMIMUN is more than a simulation of global politics. It's a transformative arena where ideas evolve into action and debate becomes a blueprint for a better world. The AMIMUN logo signifies a powerful message of global peace. The dove represents a call for harmony that begins in India and resonates across the world, embodying our founder's vision of taking the spirit of amity to the world while bringing the world to amity, fostering unity, understanding, and cooperation beyond borders. This time, we also have added a special feature to the conference. Beyond the formal committee sessions, AMIMUN 2026 will embrace the cultural and human side of diplomacy. The ballroom evening on 17th Jan will be a memorable highlight, giving delegates a space to connect, celebrate, and build lasting friendships. At the core of this initiative is the visionary leadership of our Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan sir, and our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan sir, whose guidance empowers students to dream big and strive for holistic excellence. We are equally grateful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, ma'am, Professor Dr. Balvinder Shukla, for their constant support in fostering academic excellence and inclusivity. I also extend my sincere thanks to Honorable Mr. Amol Chauhan sir, Honorable Mr. Abhay Chauhan sir, Professor Dr. Sanjeev Bansal sir, and our esteemed Board of Advisors whose unwavering patronage and guidance have been instrumental to AMIMUN's journey. It's my privilege to welcome the distinguished dignitaries whose vision and service continue to inspire. We are honored to welcome our chief guest whose dedication to public service drives impactful governance. We also welcome our guest of honor, a champion of global diplomacy and education, a tireless advocate for dialogue and international cooperation, a visionary leader fostering youth empowerment. An event of this scale is built through months of dedication of our secretariat team, organizing committee, and faculty advisors. Thank you for laying the foundations that allows leadership to flourish. To our delegates, over the next 3 days, challenge yourself, listen as much as you speak, and turn debate into meaningful connections. Let AMIMUN 26 stand as proof that excellence is a habit, not an act. Thank you, and let the pursuit of virtues per discipline begin. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your insightful remarks and for setting such a powerful tone and motivating us for the days ahead.
It is our distinct honor to have with us today Honorable Professor Dr. Balvinder Shukla ma'am, the Vice Chancellor of Amity University, Uttar Pradesh. Honorable ma'am brings over 3 decades of distinguished scholarly experience spanning both industry and academia. Ma'am has played an instrumental role in spearheading the remarkable growth of the Amity Group in the domain of our higher education. Her visionary leadership, unwavering commitment of excellence, and student-centric approach have significantly shaped the institution's national and the global standing. An exemplary administrator and an astute leader, she truly leads by an example. I would now request Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am, the patron of AMIMUN 2026, to grace the podium and enlighten our young delegates.
Most respected Honorable Founder President, sir, Honorable Chancellor, a very Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Ravindra Negi, was present online. Our guest of honor, Shri Vijesh Rana, Second in Command, Border Security Force, Government of India, Mr. Yatin Bhaskar Dugar, National Head, and my esteemed colleagues, and most importantly, today's the key persons, Mr. Devanjal Das Gupta, Secretary General, AMIMUN, and Mr. Abhijit Singh, Director General, AMIMUN, and the chairperson of the AMIMUN 2026. First of all, I, on behalf of Honorable Founder President, Honorable Chancellor, all the additional provinces, deans, and head of institutions, extend very warm welcome to our Honorable Chief Guest, guests of honors, and all the participants from 8 countries, the 1,500 delegates who have come from the 18 countries. I extend very warm welcome. And I would like to congratulate the team for choosing the conference theme, Virtuous per Discipline, Excellence through Discipline. And that's what our Honorable Chancellor emphasized, that excellence is need to be the way of life, and which can be only achieved by a discipline. AMIMUN 2026. The initiative taken by the students way back 15 years back has become the banyan tree, and can see the 1,500 delegates from across the country. And it really stands as testament of the Amity University enduring commitment to nurturing global conscious, ethically grounded, and diplomatically adept leaders and leadership. Our Honorable Chancellor always mentioned that we build the leadership who will change the world. And I'm sure that many leadership lessons will be learned during this very important conference. Through this platform of AMIMUN 2026, the students are encouraged to engage with real-world challenges, collaborate across cultures, and develop the discipline of thought and dialogue necessary to contribute meaningfully to the global governance. And I think that this year's AMIMUN are seeing the lot of global challenges, in various parts of the world, and the way the conflict between the different countries, and in that how the various countries can maintain the balance, can have the diplomacy, and have the governance of their organizations. And I'm really, really very happy to see that this year's AMIMUN has emerged as a truly international forum, addressing those critical international humanitarian, economic, and security concerns which we all know what the world is facing today. And this theme emphasizes that meaningful leadership is built through the consistent preparation and principled engagement. And I understand the organizing team have really worked very hard. And each committee, there are almost 16 committees, that each committee is led by an experienced executive board. And alumni play a very important role every year in AMIMUN. And this executive board ensuring that the discussion remains structured, inclusive and solution oriented. Over the next 3 days, the committee will engage in meaningful dialogue, debate and collaboration on pressing international issues. And various delegates, they will be represent your countries, share perspective and work together to find solution to the pressing global challenges. And MUN plays a pivotal role in advancing the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047 by nurturing global citizens who are equipped to address complex international issues. Through AMIMUN 2026, students develop critical thinking, leadership and diplomacy skills, which are very much needed, enabling them to contribute meaningfully to India's growth on the global stage. By engaging with diverse perspectives and crafting innovative solutions, the delegates embody the spirit of excellence through discipline, aligning the India's aspiration for a brighter future. Beyond the committee's deliberations, AMIMUN also celebrates the culture and the human dimension of diplomacy, as the chairperson has also emphasized in a big way in her address. It's offering a space for delegates to engage beyond the formal debate in various forums, with the continued blessings of our visionary leadership of our Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, and the steadfast guidance of our very dynamic Chancellor, Dr. Chauhan. Amity University continues to create platform for empower students to lead with discipline, integrity, and global responsibility. And our Honorable Chancellor always says that with these dynamic leaders of students who are not only going to contribute to the nation building and make India Viksit Bharat, but will also contribute immensely in the world and to make this world a better place to live. And the way today we have the situations that globally, I think that this leadership who are sitting here in this hall and in the university, they all are going to contribute in their times to make this world a better place to live. I truly commend the AMIMUN Secretariat, Executive Board members, faculty advisors, and volunteers for their unwavering dedication and tireless efforts, and they have really worked day and night for having this great event today on the campus. I congratulate chairperson and also Dr. Sanjeev Bansal, our additional Pro VC, and Dean FMS, who has been guiding Dr. Lakshmi Ahuja and all the team. And I congratulate every delegate for embracing the spirit of virtuous discipline. Your commitment to excellence, respectful dialogue, and collaborative problem solving reaffirms our belief that disciplined leadership has the power to shape a more just, peaceful, and sustainable world. And that's what our Honorable Prime Minister has been envisioning for the world, and our Honorable Founder President, right at the beginning when the Amity Higher Education, Amity School was established, he envisioned that how the India will be superpower by 2030, and which has further aligned his this vision with the Viksit Bharat 2047, and which is the leadership, our chancellors, our trustees are working very hard to realize that dream of the Viksit Bharat. Once again, I congratulate all the members of the Secretariat and the organizing team for the grand success of AMIMUN 2026. I'm very happy to see the past chairpersons of the AMIMUN are sitting here, and that really your presence makes also a lot of difference, whether it's Dr. Alpna or Natasha State and others that who have contributed in the past and having this great journey of 15 plus years of AMIMUN. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It is an honor to be enlightened by your vision, which continues to resonate within us. As Benjamin Franklin rightly said, an investment in knowledge pays the best in trust. Echoing this timeless thought, it is our great honor to have with us our Honorable Dr. Atul Chauhan, sir, the Chancellor of Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, and the patron of AMIMUN 2026. His unparalleled vision and a compelling commitment to excel with an untiring zeal to scale great heights in the area of education have resulted in the ever-expanding Amity Universe, equipping the world with innovation and research-driven initiatives. It is his strong conviction that together we can change the world, and it is because of his continuous efforts that Amity University stands as a center of thought where great minds are built. A true soldier fights not because he hates what is in front of him, but because he loves what is behind him, as it is rightly said by G.K. Chesterton. Today, we have the distinct honor of hosting a guardian of our nation's gates, our guest of honor, Major Vizesh Rana, sir, second in command, 24th Battalion of the Border Security Force, Government of India. Sir exemplifies valor and dedication to national security. His service highlights the BSF's critical role in safeguarding India's borders against threats and infiltration. With rigorous training and operational expertise, he represents the elite spirit of the paramilitary forces in high-stakes environment. An inspiring figure for MUN, Major Rana sir embodies discipline, courage, and commitment to duty. With great pleasure, I invite Major Vizesh Rana sir.
Jai Hind, Honorable VC Ma'am, esteemed guests of honor, learned faculty, and ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the Amity family for having invited me as a guest of honor here amongst the new generation and the leaders of the future. I really feel honored to be standing here in front of you. It will not be a speech, rather it will be a narrative or an experience what I've about myself. I joined the Border Security Force in January 1999 as an assistant commandant direct entry. And when I was undergoing my basic training, the Kargil war was going on. So we were like thinking that maybe our training cut short and then we get an opportunity to go on the border. But it did not happen. And by the time our training finished, the Kargil war had already finished. But Ops Prakram was in place. So when I joined my unit first on the Indo-Pakistan border in Punjab, Ops Prakram was in force, and I participated in Ops Prakram. And after that, my unit moved to Jammu and Kashmir in the counter-insurgency grid, where we served for almost 3 years. I commanded a company as well as a Ghatak platoon in the counter-insurgency areas. I was in the thick of a few firefights. I saw my colleagues, dying, blood, everything. Then I have had an opportunity to serve in the Ministry of Home Affairs in the Disaster Management Division as a desk officer, approximately 5 years, from 2008 to 2012, end of 2012, where I was handling subjects like international cooperation, which required drafting agreements and MOUs on disaster management, multilateral, bilateral, then all RNBC matters, the crisis management plan of MHA. I was handling 7 SOPs of MHA, and the other subjects were UNDAC, UN OCHA. I was dealing with USAID. I was dealing with the Chemical Weapons Convention, Biological Weapons Convention, Weapons of Mass Destruction. I was dealing with subjects related to international bodies like the ADRC, ADPC, then East Asia Summit, ASEAN, SAARC, etc. And after my stint in MHA, I got an opportunity to serve in the anti-Naxal operations in Chhattisgarh, where I remained for around 3 years. It was a very, what should I say, good experience, learning about what was the cause, why did the masses go away from the mainstream and all. And then for 5.5 years, I was handling the intelligence in West Bengal. My area of responsibility covered almost 1,000 kilometers, 5 districts of North Bengal. And in the intelligence, there are many things which I cannot share over here, but I'd like to emphasize on a few things that the intelligence agencies, they have a very unconventional way of working. In order to elicit information of the target country, you have to indulge in all sort of things. Maybe you must have seen some of the movies. So for 5.5 years I was there. It was a very rich experience. And finally, after my stint in the intelligence, now I'm again posted on the Indo-Pakistan border in Punjab. During the Ops Sindoor, I was in the thick of it, but luckily or unluckily, our border was not much affected. See, it's not a conventional war these days. A conventional war emphasizes many things, like any attack or assault. It precedes the heaviest bombardment that the likes of which you would never have imagined of. But nowadays, the strategy of warfare is evolving. You must have seen, for those who follow the war news and the channels. Today's warfare is hybrid. You must have seen in Op Sindoor, we did not cross the international boundary, neither the Pakistan side did. And it was all missiles, drones. It's a hybrid warfare now. The drones, they were used extensively in the Middle Eastern countries after the Arab Springs. You must have seen in Iraq, in Syria. And the latest, when the world saw the potential of a drone, was during the Azerbaijan and Armenia war. Azerbaijan, they decimated the Armenian forces with the help of drones. That was the actual potential of the drones which the world saw. And even in Op Sindoor, when the war clouds were gathering and the Pahalgam attack had happened, and there was a lot of pressure on our Honorable Prime Minister for some action. So we had already anticipated that something is going to happen. I think it was the 4th, the date was 4th, when we were called for a video conference with the senior ups, and we got an indication that we should prepare our defenses and our offensive plans on war footage. And this time, it would be India who would strike first, whether it would be the international boundary or the line of control. But preparations were on everywhere, and we also hurriedly did whatever we could, and we were prepared for war. See, no soldier wants a war, because a soldier, he knows the horrors of war. But when it is thrust upon us, then we go all guns. I think that would be enough. I would just recapitulation. How did the United Nations get formed? It was before the Second World War. There were two coalitions. One was the Allies and the other was the Axis power. The Allies were the big five. They were the United Kingdom, United States of America, China, France, and the Soviet Union. They were known as the Allies. So after, in between the Second World War, the United Nations was formed. It was, the charter was signed in June 1945, and the charter, it came into force in October 1945. And what are the charters of the United Nations? Maintaining international peace and security, upholding international laws, achieving higher states of living, and promoting and respecting human rights. The model United Nations, the first model United Nations was, it took place in 1921 in the University of Oxford. I think you all must be aware. From participating in the model United Nations, you achieve certain skills like developing your skills in negotiation, speaking, communication. Now, regarding negotiation, I'd like to narrate two anecdotes when I was working in the Ministry of Home Affairs. It was the year 2009. India and Russia were supposed to sign an agreement on natural disasters. It was a bilateral agreement. I was handling the subject, and in 2009, Prime Minister Putin, he was the Prime Minister at that time, and he was supposed to come to India, and he was supposed to sign the agreement with our Premier, Dr. Manmohan Singh. So, see how tough the Russians were as a negotiator. The draft was prepared, the draft was shared to the Russian side well in advance, because any agreement or MOU, it does not involve a single ministry or a department. It involves all the stakeholders. So the draft, when you send it to the counterpart first examines it, and then they have an inter-departmental or intergovernmental meeting, which consists of all the stakeholders. They do ifs and buts and this, that, and this is not right, this is not right, you put this clause, you put that, and whatever. And they send across a counter draft. So the counter draft came. Again, we had an intergovernmental meeting, interdepartmental meeting, where there were many ministries and departments, they were involved. Whatever, everything happened, and the counter draft was again agreed to, and again it was shared, and everything. The PM Putin was supposed to come to India. There were a host of agreements which had to be signed between India and Russia. So one fine day, my joint secretary, he calls me and he says, Rana, you have to go to MEA. The Russian side is there, and I think they want to discuss the agreement. So I said, sir, it's already done, and within a coming few days, the PM of Russia would be coming and they would be signing. No, nothing doing, you go. So I took my Jola Basta, I put the agreement in it, and I went to the MEA. So I went there, and there was one joint secretary. He said, yeah, the Russians are waiting, and they want to make some changes in it. So I said, sir, now everything has been done. No, I have to seek permission from my JS, this, that, and all. No, nothing doing. You sit down on the table with them, and I said, okay, sir. So I heard it from the diplomats that the Russians, they were very tough negotiators. They knew that their premier is about to come in a few days. They wanted a few changes, and they forced us to change it. And we had to change it. The second anecdote, there was a SARC agreement on rapid response on natural disasters, which was supposed to be finalized during the 16th SARC summit, which took place in Thimphu. But the Pakistani side, they had few reservations on it. So they called for renegotiations. It went into cold storage. And then the date of the 17th SARC summit was announced. It was supposed to be held in Maldives. So things started simmering up that, oh, 16th mein to nahi hua. So then I think we have to renegotiate it. So the government of Maldives, they sent a proposal that we'll host the intergovernmental meeting to finalize the agreement. So from India, me, because I was handling the subject, and one Mr. Sridharan, he was Director SARC from the Ministry of External Affairs. We flew to Maldives, we were state guests over there. Barring Afghanistan, every side they came. So it was scheduled for 3 days. And any agreement has a preamble, then chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, and whatever. So on the first day, we sat on the table. The Pakistan side, I still remember that lady's name. She was a diplomat. She was Director General SARC, Ministry of Home Affairs, Pakistan. Mrs. Zehra Akbari. she was a very tough negotiator, very tough negotiator. So chapter by chapter, we started negotiating, discussing. So she had a issue with the mention of SDMC. SDMC is the SARC Disaster Management Center, which is in the IIPA campus in ITO. So chapter 1 gone. So the chair, they said, okay, we leave it for the last day and we move forward, this, that and all. In every chapter where there was the mention of SARC Disaster Management Center, she would have an objection. Then we would go to the... On the third day, there was no stalemate. So the foreign minister of Maldives, they called the Pakistani side and asked in a separate room, and he bluntly asked Madam Zehra Akbari that, Excellency, what is the problem? So she was also very blunt. She said that I am under strict orders from Islamabad that the mention of SDMC should not be there in this agreement. So Mr. Sridharan, he was in direct communication with the Foreign Secretary over internet, and I was sitting just next to him. Even when the negotiations were going on, he kept on, typing, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, and some responses to come from there. So he typed that this is the thing, and she is not budging. Now, after great deliberations, the mention of SARC Disaster Management Center was erased from the agreement. And instead of the SARC Disaster Management Center, the SARC Secretariat, which is in Kathmandu, the mention of that was put in. So I just wanted to tell that what is the real power of negotiation. I have served for almost 27 years. I completed 27 years on 11th of January, 2026. I have had a vast experience of working at such a place in the Ministry of Home Affairs. See, I come from a soldier's family. My grandfather was a soldier. He served with the British Indian Army. My dad, he was a soldier. I am a third generation. As I said, no soldier wants a war because he has seen the horrors of it. I'll conclude by reciting a quote by the famous Spanish philosopher George Santana, that only the dead have seen the end of war. Thank you, Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. Your address serves as a profound reminder that the diplomacy we discuss in these halls are only made possible by the unwavering vigil of our armed forces.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome guest of honor, His Excellency Ambassador Dr. Neeraj Tandon, Honorable Director and Dean, UNUGP, USA. Welcome, sir. I'll now request Honorable VC Ma'am and Additional Pro VC Sir, Chairperson, AMIMUN 2026, to please welcome His Excellency Ambassador Neeraj Tandon, sir, with a sapling shawl and a memento as a token of our gratitude from the MUN conference. For amity is as good as you make it. Wherever you go, your name with amity will remain forever. And the portals of amity always welcomes innovation and ideas ready to club with technology to take on the world. Thank you, His Excellency Ambassador Dr. Neeraj Tandon, Honorable Director and Dean, UNUGP USA, for gracing the occasion. Honorable VC Ma'am for doing the honors. This is a token of our gratitude and warmth from the portals of AMIMUN 2026. And as a tradition at Amity, Tulsi Saplings showcases our green initiatives on campus. And this is a small token of gratitude from the entire organizing committee of the conference. Let's have the applauses rolling, everyone. Thank you, VC Ma'am, for doing the honors, and Ambassador Dr. Neeraj Tandon, sir, for gracing the occasion.
The future of India is rooted in innovation driven by youth and guided by values, as envisioned by our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi. This vision finds a compelling reflection in the presence of our guest of honor today, Mr. Yatin Bhaskar Duggal, National Head VBLC, whose leadership and strategic acumen exemplify innovation in action, youth-driven progress, and value-based growth. He leads youth empowerment projects aimed at India's development by 2047, focusing on decentralized governance and grassroots leadership. We are honored to invite Mr. Yatin Bhaskar Duggal to the stage to address the audience. Please, sir.
Firstly, Jai Hind to all of you. And I would like to say, in this generation of real heroes, we had a real hero today. So a round of applause for him. You know, when Sir was talking, I was thinking as if I'm almost reliving history through his words and everything. And because we started on that note, it's very, very important for all of us to understand that we have to support this country first. And that's from where I'll be beginning. And why do we have to do that? Because we come from such great country. कि मैं इसके नाज उठाता हूँ तो ये ऐसा नहीं करती. ये मिट्टी मेरे हाथों को कभी मैला नहीं करती. शहीदों क्रांतिकारियों की ज़मीं है जिसे हिंदुस्तान कहते हैं. माँ बंजर हो फिर भी बुज़दिल पैदा नहीं करती. My dear young people, every once in a while when I get the opportunity to not work with politicians and interact with all of you, my heart and eyes smile. Why? Because this is a wonderful time for India and the world. Angrez kaha karte the, dogs and Indians not allowed. 75 years later, it is an Indian man along with his dog who goes on to become the 57th Prime Minister of the same United Kingdom. This is the new power of India. They used to call us a country from South Asia. Today, this very South Asian country has become the first nation to land on the South Pole of the moon. This is the new power of India. और अभी सर ने युद्धों की बात की. 1965 के युद्धों में जहां एक देश में हमें 2 वक्त का खाना छोड़ना पड़ा था, आज वही देश दुनिया के 11 देशों में 13 करोड़ से ज्यादा लोगों को एड के थ्रू खाना पहुंचा रहा है. This is the power of New India. But have we really become Viksit? Has everything solved? Has India become the dream country that we all wanted it to be? What our freedom fighters gave their life for? And that's where I say a but. And this but is in capital letters. And this is where I start. You, all of you people who are sitting here, all the youngsters, and when I say young, I don't mean by age. You can be 80 and young, and you can be 17 and old. It's about the ability to what you think about your country. You have a very, very important role to play. Why? Because we live in a paradox today, right now in India. On one hand, we have reached the moon in search of water. Still, by the time I'm done here today, 13 children will die due to lack of safe drinking water. We'll celebrate Navratris and women as goddesses in this country. Yet, by the time I'm done here today, 7 women will be sexually molested. Zomato और Swiggy से खाना और पिज़्ज़ा तो 30 minutes में आ जाता है, but ambulance आने में आज भी कहीं-कहीं 30 घंटे लग जाते हैं. And as young people, if you do not think about it, nothing is going to change. As Mark Twain said, that if you change nothing, nothing is going to change. How exactly will this happen? How exactly do we transform India? How exactly do we contribute towards making a wonderful country that was once this country? One simple word: selfless contribution. You know, I would like to repeat this instant. आप सभी ने भगत सिंह के बारे में सुना है? 23 साल का लड़का. Look at the mindset of that young man. 23 साल का लड़का, फांसी का फंदा लगने वाला है. अंग्रेजों ने कहा, why don't you want to live a normal life and spend time with your family? Just say sorry and we'll let you out. 23 साल का लड़का गले में फांसी के फंदे को लगाकर कहता है कि सर, मेरे रूह से इस कदर वाकिफ है कलम मेरी, मैं इश्क भी लिखूं तो इनकलाब लिखा जाता है. Selfless contribution. अभी एक छोटी सी controversial बात मैं आप लोगों के सामने कहूंगा. I hope you understand the meaning of this. How many of you are fans of BJP here? Raise your hands. How many of you are fan of Congress party? How many of you fans of Aam Aadmi party? Some of you. Mere pyare youngsters, listen to this one line that I'm telling you. You do not have to be fan of any political party. The only thing that you need to support is India. That is Bharat. That needs to be embedded into your heart. They will try to divide you. They'll try to make you not ask questions. You have to support this wonderful land. तो खूबसूरत देश है कि कुछ तो खास है इस वतन की मिट्टी में है दोस्त. सरहदें लांग कर यूं ही नहीं आते मुजाहिद यहाँ दफन होने को. That is the beautiful country that we live in. और ये मैं क्यों कह रहा हूं आपसे? I work with government. I work with politicians. I also work with all of you youngsters. And right now, when I'm standing here and I'm looking into your eyes, believe me, I'm not saying a metaphor, but मुझे विकसित भारत 2047 का आपकी आंखों में दिख रहा है, because I know this will become a reality. But do you get the first word? Selfless contribution for this country. तो आगे से अगर आपको सड़क पर कचरा दिखे तो उसकी फोटो खींचकर सोशल मीडिया पर डालने की बजाय just put it in the dustbin. Small contributions make a great country. The second very important point that I want to talk about: are we the biggest democracy in the world? Right, everyone? 1.5 billion people, voters more than populations of some countries. Yet, I would like to quote a very famous quote by Winston Churchill. He said, the best argument against democracy is a 5-minute conversation with the average voter. Why? Understand some lines that I'm going to tell you. We are the youngest country. We are the biggest democracy. तो फिर एक ऐसे देश में हिम्मत कैसे हो जाती है एक सिटिंग चीफ मिनिस्टर की वेस्ट बंगाल में कहने की कि एक लड़की 12 बजे के बाद जाएगी तो उसके साथ रेप हो जाए. In the largest democracy, हिम्मत कैसे हो जाती है एक रिलीजियस लीडर की कहने की मध्य प्रदेश में कि जो लोग महाकुंभ के मेले में मरे हैं उन्हें तो मोक्ष की प्राप्ति हो. How dare they say things like this? And finally, हिम्मत कैसे हो जाती है इस देश में कर्नाटका के एक एमपी की वहां की लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली में कहने की that if a girl is raped, she should enjoy it. My dear young people, it happens because you do not understand the true meaning of democracy. Democracy का मतलब एक दिन वोट वाले दिन जाकर उंगली पर निशान के साथ पिक्चर डालना नहीं है. सरकार, ऑपोजिशन, आपके नेताओं के हर एक डिसीजन का 5 साल के हर एक दिन, हर एक मिनट, हर एक सेकंड पर आकलन करने का मतलब डेमोक्रेसी है. And all of you have to do that. Why? Do you think your vote makes a difference? Your voice makes a difference, young people? You have one vote, right, everyone? How many of you have one vote in this country? Raise your hands. All of you have one vote, right? Unless we have some Bangladeshis and Pakistanis. All of you have one vote. And I see this line everywhere, young people. One person, one vote has the ability to revolutionize the world. It was one vote in 1930s that made Hitler the leader of Nazi party. It was one vote that started French Revolution in 1789. It was one vote that dethroned the government of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. And it is millions of one votes like that that come from all of you that will make this country Viksit Bharat. So utilize it very, very well. That is my request to all of you. हमने देश की बात की, अब आपकी बात की. I want to come to point number 3. और बच्चों, this is the biggest problem that I see happening in India. अंग्रेज तो यहाँ से चले गए हैं, but अंग्रेजियत अभी भी हमारे अंदर जिंदा है. Why do I say that? I say that when I see advertising, I say that when I see our policies, I say that when I go to the courts and we still have to say, my lord, things like that. अंग्रेज चले गए हैं, but अंग्रेजियत अभी भी हमारे अंदर जिंदा है. India is the only country in the world where I see कि जहां हमारी खुद की मातृभाषा की इतनी बुरी हालत. You go to Spain, they respect Spanish. You go to France, they respect French. In our own country, we feel belittled by speaking our own languages. You have to change that, and you have the power. These Western people will teach us about democracy. America doesn't even give abortion rights to women in their country. You will teach us about feminism? The American president attacks Venezuela like a kidnapper of a small chalk, and you will give lectures about democracy to us? Your banks are filled with our looted money. Your museums are filled with our artifacts. Your civilization has been cemented on the deaths of our people. Don't lecture us about democracy and freedom of speech. Look at your own countries. जब मैंने अंग्रेजियत कहा तो अंग्रेजी भाषा से मेरा मतलब नहीं था. हर एक चीज जो आपको अपने बारे में प्राउड करने में दूर करती है, उससे आपको बचना होगा बच्चों. कपड़े हो सकते हैं, भाषा हो सकती है, त्योहार हो सकते हैं. Everything that makes you feel guilty about your own culture, you have to run away from that. Why do I say this? सरकार कुछ इस कदर जनता पर एहसान करती है, पहले आंखें छीन लेती है और फिर चश्मे दान करती है. This is the reality of governments around the world. So it is the responsibility for all of you young people to firstly, selfless contribution to the country. Second, understand what democracy really means. तो आज के बाद आपसे पूछा जाएगा कि किसी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को सपोर्ट करते, what will you say? We only support one country, that is India, and nothing else apart from that. Is that clear? And finally, very importantly, अपने देश से प्यार करना सीखिए. बहुत खूबसूरत देश है हमारा. Very beautiful country. We are one of the few countries in the entire world जिसने कभी किसी बाहर के देश पर अटैक नहीं किया, किसी बाहर के मुल्क पर अटैक करने की कोशिश नहीं की. But that has worked out negatively also for us. Understand this, my dear friends. History is written by winners. अगर हिटलर वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 में जीत जाते तो आज यहाँ पर उनकी पिक्चर सबके साथ लगी होती. History is written by winners, and India will win because of all of you young people. Fourth and very important point. They're looking at very angrily at me. Fourth and very important point, Bacho. All of you have such tremendous opportunities right now to work for. You know, when we were young, IAS officer, JE engineering, today I'm telling you I work with 3 different ministries. We hire graphic designers, reel makers, content creators. The diaspora is open for all of you. So fourth point, my बहुत request है, please go into startups. Please think about new ideas. Please start becoming job givers rather than job takers. सुंदर पिचाई और सत्या नडेला से ये देश नहीं बनेगा जब इस देश में खुद का गूगल, खुद का फेसबुक, खुद का व्हाट्सएप बनेगा. That day will actually become developed for the entire world. When I say this line, imagine a day when the American Prime Minister will be using an Indian smartphone to talk to a Japanese president traveling in an Indian car run by a satellite, transforming by an Indian ISRO scientist from a Tamil Nadu small village, that will actually lead to a Viksit Bharat. Delhi is a very beautiful place. कभी कभी आपको AQ और IQ में difference में दिक्कत हो सकती है. That's point number 5. Very, very important. We have made this country very, very angry and obscurist. Start and laugh in your own country. It's very, very important. The moment you can laugh about your politicians, your problems with each other, we become more mature as a civilization. You know what was, there is a very famous sociologist from America. He said that racism ended in America when the movies were able to make fun of each other. That is not able to happen in this country. हम अपने आप को ही बांटने में लगे. अभी भी मैं जाता हूं तो पीपल से कास्टिज्म तो खत्म हो गया इस देश से, देयर इज नो कास्टिज्म. अब तो हम उन लोगों के साथ बैठकर खाना भी खा लेते हैं. ये जो उन लोगों के साथ शब्द है ना, दैट इज ओनली कास्टिज्म. दैट इज ओनली द प्रॉब्लम विद दिस कंट्री. दैट इज डिवाइडिंग. 5 points I gave all of you today. Is that clear? And 6th and very important point, and I vehemently say it everywhere. Leaders come and go. Politics comes and goes. India stays, the people stay. So किसी से घबराने की जरूरत नहीं है आपको. You have to stand with your country. Why? Politicians come and go. कि जो आज साहिबे मसनद हैं, कल नहीं होंगे. Every politicians, by the way, जो आज साहिबे मसनद हैं, कल नहीं होंगे. किराएदार हैं, जाती मकान थोड़ी है कि सभी का खून है शामिल यहां की मिट्टी में. किसी के बाप का हिंदुस्तान थोड़ी है. And when I say this, it's not a derogatory statement. It is to let all of you know it is our beautiful country and we can make it develop. We can contribute. We can contribute in our own way. And that is what I say. Final point, and after this, I'll be letting you go. All of you are young. All of you looking at geopolitics around the world. You know, I was given the salutations by these people that, sir, you have to talk about United Nations. And I was thinking in my head that United Nation is neither united nor a nation. They have no role in today's politics. But there are going to be a lot of challenges when all of you go in your life in future. People are going to doubt you. You're not smart. You're not competent. You're not tall. You're not good looking. You're not smart. N number of things. You have to believe in yourself. I should tell you a very interesting thing. My speaking journey, my whole career started from this university. In 2016 or 17, when I was, I think, 14, 15 years old, I gave my first speech in this university. So imagine coming as a participant to a chief guest today. Life can be incredible, and that is the learning journey for all of you. Believe in yourself, even if the world is doubting you. Is that clear? Selfless contribution, believe in yourself, understanding your country, अंग्रेजियत को हटाना, खुद से मोहब्बत करना, entrepreneurship की तरफ ध्यान देना, और most importantly, believing in yourself. 7 rules I'm teaching you today. I'll not bore you much because I know all of you are waiting for other things as well. Last point, and after this I'll be ending. Do not be afraid to ask questions, bacho. That is very important. From the leaders, to your teachers, to the opposition, to your friend, and to yourself as well. Asking questions makes us a civilization. जो पहला इंसान रहा होगा जिसने कहा होगा कि ये जलती हुई आग में हम खाना क्यों नहीं पका लेते, because of that one person, all of us are sitting here today. Asking question is the inception of human civilization. You have to ask. And today when I see, and this is not a political statement, आज जब मैं देखता हूँ, I see questions everywhere and we need you people to ask questions because नेताओं को और political parties को control करना भी आपका काम है. आज when I see questions are everywhere. मणिपुर की लाशें सवाल पूछती, कश्मीर सवाल पूछता है, दिल्ली की घुटती हवा सवाल पूछती है, महाराष्ट्र में हिंदी सवाल पूछती है, और इस देश के अस्पतालों और पुलिस स्टेशनों में लगी महात्मा गांधी और भगत सिंह की तस्वीर हमसे सवाल पूछती है. Was this the country that we sacrificed ourselves for? So let us think about a day in history when all of us will be able to lead a Viksit Bharat, not because of people, but the contribution of all 1.5 billion of us. And with that message, and just to give you a last anecdote to all of you, जीवन में कभी भी आपको खराब feel हो, you feel like that things are not working out, always remember these lines by Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee. All of you remember the 8 rules that we've learned here today? There is no enthusiasm. How is the Josh? I think MET Noida is not as good as MET Lucknow. How is the Josh? How is the Josh? तो बच्चों ये आखिरी मैसेज ध्यान रखना जिंदगी में whenever you feel failure or face it, remember these lines by Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee कि टूटे हुए सपनों की सुने कौन सिसकी अंतर को चीर व्यथा पलकों पर ठिठकी हार नहीं मानूंगा रार नहीं ठानूंगा काल के कपाल पर लिखता मिटाता हूं मैं गीत नया गाता हूं मैं गीत नया गाता हूं जय हिंद थैंक यू सो मच
Thank you so much, sir. As rightly said, भारत को कुछ भी बताना, डिक्टेट करना, सेम ऐसा होगा सूरज को दिए दिखाने के बराबर, क्योंकि भारत खुद एक विश्व गुरु है और विश्व गुरु था और रहेगा.
As Albert Einstein so profoundly observed, peace cannot be kept by force, it can only be achieved by understanding. This timeless truth finds its living expression in the presence of our guest of honor today, His Excellency Ambassador Dr. Neeraj Tandon, Sir, Honorable Director and Dean of UNUGP USA and its Indian chapter affiliated with AUGP USA, whose distinguished leadership and unwavering commitment to dialogue, cooperation, and global harmony exemplify the very essence of peace through understanding. Ambassador Dr. Neeraj Tandon, Sir, is the Honorary Director and Dean of UNUGP USA. He's a distinguished educator and diplomat who serves as Principal of Panchsheel, driving peace initiatives through AUGP USA, collaborations and MOUs for global harmony. He is the recipient of the Global Peace Award and Young Scientist Award. He advances education, conflict resolution, and humanitarian leadership under UNUGP frameworks. With great delight, I now request Dr. Neeraj Tandon, Sir, to address the audience.
Good morning, all present here. Firstly, I would like to thank entire team of the AMIMUN University. They are inviting for the special occasion for this program. I'm the Dr. Neeraj Tandon. We are looking for the peace development program last 20 years. So our motto of the peace living, peace loving, and peace practicing. So we are focusing of the practicing. India is the huge country. They have so innovative youngers, and the population is a very high impact for the entire the world. But the basic concept ki how to practice of the peace. So we have make the diplomatic mission. We have the scenario of the conference. I think we have associated for this organization, AMIMUN University. Last time we have lots of lecture and organized for the Noida as well as the entire the India. So practicing lots of information of the human in India, but transformation is very slow. So basically, my agenda of the youth is how to develop your transformation for the human being. So basically, the diplomatic mission and peace program we have organized for the different school level, political influence people, and IS and bureaucrats. They have so many people are trained for our organization. Our organization is the 120th country they have represent for peace mission. So I think you have go through your website and all the things. We are looking for the lecture and content. I think it would be understand ki how to develop for peace for human being. Because now the scenario, every country is fighting and some social political issue for the different kind of thing and going on. But peace is not a system. Peace is the self-realization of the human being. So how can transfer from the thing? So youth are, because India is a huge country, they have some religion and caste and some different factor and some geopolitical issue for our country. So we have developed for the some concept note, and we have some SOPs to make the Ministry of External Affairs ki this promote the peace for the school level, university level, and political level also. And thank you very much. You have listened for peacefully, and we have developed for the other thing. And thank you very much for the all the entire dignity.
Thank you so much, Honorable Ambassador. Ladies and gentlemen, together we can change the world as one maxim and the clarion call of our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, sir.
Echoing this timeless thought, as Benjamin Franklin rightly said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. It is our great honor to have with us Honorable Dr. Atul Chauhan, sir, the Chancellor of Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, and the patron of AMIMUN 2026. His unparalleled vision and a compelling commitment to excel with an untiring zeal to scale the heights in the area of education have resulted in the ever-expanding Amity Universe, equipping the world with innovation and research-driven initiatives. It is a strong conviction that together we can change the world, and it is because of his continuous efforts that Amity University stands at the center of thought where great minds are built.
Great. Please welcome Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, sir, with a roaring applause. Roaring applauses, Chancellor, sir, should hear the applauses. Many thanks, Honorable Chancellor, sir. We are so delighted to have you here. Over to you.
Dr. Sumitra and everyone in the auditorium, I am absolutely delighted to be with all of you in the inaugural function of the 16th Amity International Model United Nations. And let me tell you, I am outside in a meeting, in a very urgent meeting, but I said, I have to come and at least see all of you. And sitting here, I can actually feel the tremendous energy that there is in the auditorium. Why is the energy there? Because we have the most brilliant youth from all over the country who are here with us at the Amity campus. That fills us with delight. I have been getting updates on the preparation for hosting this Model United Nations on campus. Last 15 years, I have seen the amount, the effort, the passion with which the organizers have held this conference. I would like to congratulate this year's Secretary General Dibanjan, a brilliant speech that you gave in the beginning, the Director General Abhijit, Saksham, Kashish, Sanchita, and I am told there are hundreds of members of the organizing committee who have been working extremely hard for this. I also congratulate Dr. Lakshmi Ahuja and Dr. Sumitra Singh. I know how passionate you are for your students. I think this is the hallmark of Amity, and really the reason why I have just come online for a few minutes, because at Amity we have a passion for the youth, for nurturing young people. And this was the dream of our honorable founder president, Dr. Ashok Chauhanji, who was a multi-billion-dollar industrialist in West Germany. He had this dream, what can I do for my nation? And we are so extremely lucky that he identified education. He, whilst in Germany itself, set up the not-for-profit Ritnan Balved Education Foundation. And what started with 100 students 30 years ago in Delhi, we now have 250,000 students across the world studying in many, many universities and schools. And Dr. Chauhan has always said that our country, India, will become one of the greatest nations in the world. And the youth of our country is the one who will lead the future. That is why I am so delighted. I'm also very grateful to all the guests who have come here today. You all have listened to Mr. Vijesh Rana, people like him who are willing to sacrifice their life for the country. That is what our country is made of. He said the power of negotiation is so important. We heard Mr. Yatin, a very young, dynamic, passionate Indian with so much passion for the country, selfless contribution to whatever you do is so important. I was very delighted to have that. All of you have heard him. Ambassador Dr. Neeraj Tandon, who of course with Amity has done many things in the past. We are delighted that all of you are there. Our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Shukla, is personally there. She is such a busy leader in the academic world, one of the greatest Vice Chancellors. And Dr. Sanjeev Bansal, our additional Pro Vice Chancellor, with, in addition to so many responsibilities, looking after the Office of Student Success and Happiness at the Amity University, which shows the passion that we have for young people. There are very, very few universities in our country which have a dedicated office for the success of students and for the happiness of students. So to all the delegates who are here today from all over the country, enjoy yourselves. The fact that you have chosen to participate in a Model United Nations shows that you are different from the vast majority of others. And let me tell you, I have traveled all over the world, met leaders all over the countries, all over the world. But one thing I have seen, a large percentage of leaders, whether it is politics, whether it is business, or any walk of life, many of them in their young age, whether it was at school or whether it was at university, were participants in Model United Nations. So the fact that you are today participating at Amity shows that you are different. You are willing to go out there to discuss, to debate. You have the confidence to stand in front of random strangers and push your thought across. You have the ability to work together as a team. You have the capability to understand the geopolitics of the world that is happening today. And that is really what is required from leaders of the future. And, you know, we always say that India will have a great role in the future of this world. Dr. Rana was saying the world is changing, the way warfare is happening is changing, the way business is being done today is changing. But one thing is very sure, that in the world, our country will be at the forefront. There is nothing that can stop that. And you, the young people of our country today, the confidence that we have is that you will be the leaders of the future who will make our country great. So utilize this time at the Amity campus, make friends with students from other universities. In life, a network of friends is so, so important in life. And I'm sure all of you will do great. Now that you have come on the Amity campus, you are part of the Amity family. You can always reach out to us for guidance on how to be successful, guidance on careers, guidance on life. The difference in Amity is that we take care of every student of ours like our own family member. And as any family, there is nothing better than the success of every family member. So with that, I won't take much time, but my congratulations to all the organizers for the next couple of days, to all the delegates who are here. Welcome to our campus. Enjoy your time. To our guests who are here, thank you for your time. And to all our leaders of Amity, I'm extremely proud of what you do for our students every day of the year. Thank you. My best wishes to all.
Thank you, Honorable Chancellor, sir. Sir, we would like to share a remarkable feat that AMIMUN 2026 has achieved. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all the dignitaries on the dais and everybody up here, let me share with you that AMIMUN 2026 has been conferred upon Bharat Excellence Award by Bharat Book of World Records. And I'll request Honorable VC ma'am and all the dignitaries on the dais to kindly lift this certificate of award, which is a testimony to the hard work done under the inspiration and guidance of Honorable Chancellor, sir, Vice Chancellor, ma'am. This is a certificate of Bharat Excellence Award 2025, conferred to AMIMUN 2026, Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, India, for achieving a remarkable feat for fostering global diplomacy amongst the students through Model United Nations Conference, hosting 1,500 plus delegates from across 30 plus countries and promoting international understanding, leadership, and cross-cultural exchange. We would like to have a rolling applause for all these awards, which is a labor of love, so much of hard work put in by so many students, faculty members, deans, directors, Honorable VC ma'am, and our Honorable Chancellor sir. Thank you, Chancellor sir. Your presence has added immense value to this conference. Truly humbled, sir, from the portals of the organizing committee. Thank you, sir.
The journey of AMIMUN 2026 has been long and fulfilling. It would not have been possible without the guidance of our Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, sir, Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Balwinder Shukla, ma'am, and Additional Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Sanjeev Bansal, sir. Our chairperson, Professor Dr. Lakshmi Ahuja, ma'am, and co-chairperson, Dr. Sumitra Singh, ma'am, have been a constant support in this endeavor. Our board of advisors, whose experience has paved the way for a conference of this scale. This memorable journey has been captured in the form of the pre-conference newsletter. We want to take a moment to acknowledge the Team International Press, whose efforts over the past few months have been invaluable. I now request all the dignitaries up on the dais to please release the pre-conference newsletter.
Can we have a big round of applause?
I request the delegates to please keep the applause rolling as we release the pre-conference newsletter. Thank you to all the esteemed dignitaries for doing the honors.
Now, I would like to invite Mr. Abhijit Singh, the Director General of AMIMUN 2026, to address the gathering.
Thank you. Good morning, distinguished dignitaries, respected faculty members, esteemed guests, and dear delegates. It is with immense pride and deep sense of responsibility that I welcome you all to the 15th edition of Amity International Model United Nations, AMIMUN 2026. 15th editions are not marked by numbers alone. They are marked by discipline, consistency, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. This year, AMIMUN stands guided by a principle that defines both its journey and its future. Virtus per disciplina, excellence through discipline. In a world that often confuses noise with leadership and speed with progress, discipline remains our strongest differentiator. Discipline in thought, discipline in conduct, discipline in responsibility. It is very principle that transforms debate into diplomacy and participation into purpose. I extend my sincere gratitude to the leadership of Amity University for their unwavering support and vision. I respectfully acknowledge Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan sir, our Honorable Founder President sir, Dr. Atul Chauhan sir, our Honorable Chancellor, and Professor Dr. Balwinder Shukla ma'am, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, for consistently empowering platforms that nurture global leaders and citizens. I'm profoundly grateful to Dr. Lakshmi Ahuja ma'am and her invaluable mentorship and guidance. Your wisdom has been a compass throughout this journey, reinforcing clarity, accountability, and purpose at every stage. I also wish to acknowledge the unwavering support of my family, whose sacrifices and belief remains the silent strength behind every milestone achieved. Their encouragement is the foundation upon which efforts like these stand. To the organizing committee, the core team, and all our respected faculty members, and every individual who has worked alongside me, This conference is a testament of your discipline in preparation, your resilience in adversity, and your excellence in execution. Together, you have proven that when passion is guided by structure and vision by responsibility, something truly is created. I extend a special note of gratitude to Ms. Amishi Arora, whose dedicated leadership and unwavering commitment has played a vital role in shaping the journey. I'd like to extend my thanks to Ms. Ishita Kapoor, who has been a support system throughout this conference. And finally, to the delegates, you are the reason this platform exists. Your preparation, your curiosity, your courage to speak, and your willingness to listen will now give the life to these committees. In a few moments, debate will begin, ideas will clash, perspectives will evolve, and diplomacy will be tested. And that is where the true spirit of AMI-MUN comes alive. As the committees of AMI-MUN 2026 are about to commence, I hope each one of you have an experience that challenges your thinking, sharpens your leadership, and stays with you long after the final gavel falls. May you leave these rooms not just as better delegates, but as more disciplined, conscious, and confident individuals. With this conference, pride in its institution, and belief in all of you, I wish you an extraordinary and unforgettable AMI-MUN 2026. Thank you all.
Now, I would like to invite Mr. Saksham Shivashish, Deputy Director General, AMI-MUN 2026, to share his thoughts.
Uddharad Atmanatmanam. Let a person elevate oneself by one's own discipline. These very lines from Bhagavad Gita tell me today that the growth, the leadership, and the excellence are the results of one's own effort. Success is not handed over. It is hardly earned. It requires your every perspiration and your hard work. And so is this conference, a living example of the hard work of our team and the entire Amity family. Good morning, distinguished guests, esteemed dignitaries, respected members of the Executive Board, my fellow Secretariat members. I take this privilege to stand before all of you as the Deputy Director General for this 15th edition of Amity International Model United Nations Conference. My journey in MUN began in class 8. It was not merely learning the nuances of diplomacy, but it was to understand the work ethics. However, as I stand today here on this dais, I just would like to share one core belief that I have. The core belief that I hold is that I come for people and not for position. Had it not been the reposed faith that my Secretary General Debanjan Das Gupta, my Director General Abhijit Singh, and my Chairperson Dr. Lakshmi Ahuja would have reposed in me, I would not have turned for this conference. In true honors and in true means, this journey is not a solitary one. It is the combined effort of the entire Secretariat and the organizing committee of AMI-MUN. Common people take the work in a general manner. They work. The better ones work hard for that. But the best ones, just like my Secretariat and my organizing committee members, they just do not work. इन्होंने इस conference को जिया है. The very reason I say the sleepless nights that they have spent making all the arrangements is what I would like to thank them all. They are the driving forces. All of us who are working here for the success of this very conference are standing here because they have worked day and night to make this conference a living success. Stepping into the 15th chapter of AMIMUN, I hope we create a space filled not just by debate, but by the humanity and by the policies. We are here to foster a brand of youth diplomacy. As our Honorable Prime Minister has given us the mantra to have the Viksit Bharat of 2047. I can see the young minds standing here and sitting here who will be the driving forces for that Viksit Bharat of 2047. My dear friends, the responsibility lies on our shoulder. Our forefathers made the very foundation for this country, and it is our responsibility now that we take India to the zenith of success. At last, I just would like to say, let us uphold the spirit of AMIMUN through respectful dialogues, sharp intellects, and unwavering unity. Together, let us make this conference a benchmark of excellence. And also, as my Honorable Vice Chancellor and my Pro-Vice Chancellor has given us the mantra to take this particular conference from becoming Asia's largest conference to becoming world's largest institutional MUN conference. From this dais, I make this firm promise to my Vice Chancellor and my Pro-VC that we will work day and night to make this conference world's largest MUN conference. This year, it is the Bharat Book of World Records that has bestowed and conferred the award to us. My dear faculty members, next year, I can guarantee that it will be the Guinness Book of World Record that will confer the award to Amity International Model United Nations Conference. Dear friends, as I said that the responsibility lies on us. मगर एक बात आज यहाँ याद आती है वाजपेयी जी की. It is not that you work in solidarity or you work alone. It is कि कदम मिलाकर चलना होगा. No one can conquer the mountain in a single step until and unless you have the very support of your friends and your dear ones. तो कदम मिलाकर चलना होगा. बाधाएं आती हैं आए, घिरे प्रलय की घोर घटाएं, पांवों के नीचे अंगारे, सिर पर बरसे यदि ज्वालाएं, निज हाथों से हंसते हंसते आग लगाकर जलना होगा, कदम मिलाकर चलना होगा. Thank you very much, my friends.
Sivashish.
The tap of the gavel is the heartbeat of diplomacy. It signals that while many voices speak, one collective purpose prevails. The gavel ceremony is a tradition where the gavel of authority is handed over to the members of the core secretariat to take on the journey of excellence. I now request Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Balwinder Shukla Ma'am, Additional Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Sanjeev Bansal Sir, Chairperson, Professor Dr. Lakshmi Ahuja Ma'am, and Co-Chairperson, Dr. Sumitra Singh Ma'am, to present the gavels to the core secretariat.
Keep the applauses rolling while the gavels are being presented.
I request the core secretariat to be present on the stage.
The applauses should not stop.
We present the gavel first to Mr. Debanjan Das Gupta, Secretary General, AMIMUN 2026. Delegates, I request you to please keep the applause going on. Moving forward, we have Mr. Abhijit Singh, Director General, AMIMUN 26.
Mr. Saksham Shivashish, Deputy Director General, AMIMUN 2026. Delegates, I request you to please keep the applause rolling. Next, we have Ms. Kashish Mehra, Charge d'Affaires, AMIMUN 26.
I request everyone to fill the Audi with thunderous applauses.
And Ms. Sanchita, Chef de Cabinet, AMIMUN 26. Thank you everyone for doing the honors.
It is time that we now honor our mentors, for which I would like to invite Professor Dr. Balvinder Shukla ma'am, Vice Chancellor of Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, and all the dignitaries to felicitate Additional Pro Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. Sanjeev Bansal sir.
I know, sir. Yes, I understand. But, sir, without felicitating and honoring you, we feel incomplete. I know. Let's have a roaring applause for Sir, Additional Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Sanjeev Bansal, sir. Sir has guided us every way and mentored us each day. 15th edition of AMIMUN conference is truly momentous and highly successful. These are moments that we will always cherish and remember, wherein we are also awarded the Bharat World Book of Records Award in Leadership Excellence. Thank you, sir. Thank you, VC ma'am, for doing the honors. We are really touched with this, touched at this moment. Yeah, feeling so nostalgic. Thank you.
Next, we have Chairperson of. Okay, now I request Ms. Kashish Mehra, Charge d'Affaires, AMIMUN 2026. For the felicitation. Okay, now I request Ms. Kashish Mehra, Charge d'Affaires, AMIMUN 2026 to present the vote of thanks.
The heights by great men reached and kept were not attained by certain flights, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upwards in night. When Longfellow penned these words, he captured a fundamental truth that transcends time and circumstances. Greatness is never accidental. It is not bestowed by fortune, nor is it the product of momentary inspiration. It is a choice made repeatedly in the dark long before the lights of this stage ever found us. This serves as the philosophical bedrock upon which AMIMUN 2026 is built. Virtues per disciplinum. Excellence through discipline. Honorable dignitaries, distinguished guests, respective executive board members, and most importantly, our future leaders, the delegates, and the participants, I, Kashish Mehra, charge the affairs of AMIMUN 2026, extend my deepest gratitude for your presence at the 15th iteration of Amity International Modern United Nations. We are deeply honored to have with us our chief guest, Sri Ravindran Negi. Your presence inspires us all. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guests of honor, His Excellence Ambassador Dr. Neeraj Tandon, whose distinguished diplomatic service has built bridges across nations. Mr. Pawan Patel, whose powerful advocacy demonstrates the impact of conviction and voice. Mr. Yatin Bhaskal Duggal, whose work shows us that changing our nation begins with changing ourselves first. And Mr. Vizesh Rana, whose unwavering service at the border exemplifies true sacrifice and dedication. Your collective presence elevates this occasion and reminds us that today's debate carries significance beyond these walls. Thank you all for honoring us with your time and wisdom. In an age where division are drawn swiftly and the words wielded without care, the deliberate act of understanding becomes a form of courage. As Rainer Maria once suggested, true growth unfolds in patience, in the willingness to lift the questions before demanding answers. For those stepping into this sheer story of public life, political awareness is not about conquest, but it is about conscience. It is the art of holding conviction without hardening the heart. True diplomacy demands intellectual integrity, the humility to admit error, and the conviction to defend what withstands scrutiny. It requires genuine engagement with opposing views, not to surrender your position, but to refine it through rigorous encounter until what remains is tempered by the truth. As we gather in debate over these 3 days, may we learn to balance voice with listening, certainty with compassion, and ambition with restraint, so that we emerge not only as sharper thinkers, but as wiser custodians of the world we are preparing to inherit. We owe this platform to the visionary leadership of our Honorable Founder President and Patron in Chief, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan Sir, and our Honorable Chancellor and Chief Patron, Dr. Atul Chauhan Sir, whose commitment to global citizenship has transformed educational aspiration into institutional reality. I am profoundly grateful to the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Balvinder Shukla Ma'am, whose wisdom has been a steady compass. My sincere thanks extend to Honorable Executive Director, Strategy, Mr. Amol Chauhan, and Honorable Senior Vice President, RBEF, Mr. Abhay Chauhan Sir, whose counsel has been both strategic and sustaining. I am equally indebted to the Additional Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Sanjeev Bansal Sir, whose guidance has been instrumental in bridging this vision to fruition. The execution of this vision has been guided with extraordinary dedication by our chairperson, Professor Dr. Lakshmi Ahuja Ma'am, whose leadership combines strategic brilliance with profound care for every student's growth, and our co-chairperson, Dr. Sumitra Singh, whose meticulous attention to detail has elevated this conference to a standard of true excellence. To the entire Board of Advisors and the Faculty Organizing Committee, thank you for being there. Thank you for being our steady hands that turn this ambitious dream into a reality, which is AMIMUN 2026. To the essential backbone of AMIMUN 2026, my fellow core secretariat members, the secretariat and the organizing committee, thank you for tirelessly working behind the scenes. I extend my profound gratitude to all of you. Your commitment and countless hours of meticulous preparation have ensured that this conference stands as a beacon of distinction. While we acknowledged our teams, we cannot proceed without recognizing the foundation upon which all of us stands, our parents. To all the parents present and those who support echoes in every achievement their child pursue today, I humbly thank you all. I also take this opportunity to thank Ms. Amrita Atreya, my guiding force. Your belief in me became the bedrock of my confidence as a leader. I extend my heartfelt thanks to Mr. Shivam, whose relentless encouragement became my backbone, and to Mr. Siddhant, Ms. Asmi, Ms. Mini, and Ms. Ananya for standing steadfast in my support. Lastly, I want to thank my truest foundation, the very ground I stand on, my family. To my little brother, thank you for being my anchor. To my mom and dad, your faith in me, your patience have given me encouragement that have been my greatest source of resilience. You didn't just give me the world, you gave me the courage to believe that I could change it. And for that, I am grateful. Now, to every delegate in this hall, I speak to you as someone who shares your drive for meaningful contribution. Take your space. The world is loud and it is relentless. It will try to shrink you. It will try to tell you where you belong, what your limits are, and how quiet you should stay. Do not let anyone, not a peer, not an opponent, and certainly not the ghost of your own fear, decide the boundaries of your potential. As AMIMUN 2026 opens before us, let us write history, not through fortune or change, but through disciplined excellence, forged in every debate, tempered in every challenge, proven in every stand we dare to take. The world does not wait for those who hesitate. It bends towards those who act with conviction, speak with courage, and lead with integrity. Through discipline, we achieve excellence. Through excellence, we create change. Through change, we shape the future. The floor is yours. The moment is now. Make it count. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Kashish. This event wouldn't have been possible without the chairperson and the co-chairperson of the AMIMUN 2026. So I would like to invite Vice Chancellor Ma'am, Professor Dr. Balvinder Shukla Ma'am, to felicitate and to present a token and a memento to the chairperson of the AMIMUN 2026, Professor Dr. Lakshmi Ahuja Ma'am, and the co-chairperson of the AMIMUN 2026, Dr. Sumitra Singh. Can we have a big round of applause?
I would also like to ask the dignitaries to wait. As we move on to the backbone of the event, Charge the Affairs, Ms. Kashish Mehra's parents. I would like to invite Kashish Mehra's parents on the stage with us. Felicitation.
Can we have the applause rolling?
This is a very momentous occasion and we feel really touched. Kashish Mehra's proud parents are here on the stage. Let's all cheer up. The core secretariat, yes. They have worked day and night and brought the 15th edition of AMIMUN to this level that we've been awarded in our country and also recognized globally.
Can we have a huge round of applause for Debanjan Das Gupta, our Secretary General, our Director General, Abhijit Singh, our Chef de Cabinet Sanchita, our Deputy Director General Saksham Shivashish, and our Charge the Affairs Kashish Mehra.
For times like this, always remind us that man may come and man may go, as the lark says, but I go on forever, and that is the time, and it appears so timeless. In the presence of our honorable guests of honor and Vice Chancellor Ma'am and all the dignitaries on the dais, our core secretariat, I request everybody to be seated now. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, sir. What we now are going to go through is to witness finally the striking down of the gavel when Honorable VC ma'am and the Debanjan would strike the gavel down.
One of the most gratifying results of the intellectual evolution is the continuous opening up of new and greater prospects. On this note, I request the Secretary General, Mr. Debanjan Das Gupta, to declare the Amity International Model United Nations 2026 open, and I request him to now strike the gavel down.
We open the AMIMUN 2026 open.
Thank you so much, Mr. Debanjan Das Gupta, for doing the honors. With this, we come to the end of the inaugural session.
During the 3 days of AMIMUN 2026, we also invite you to take out time to step out into the Palm Courtyard and immerse yourselves into the illustrious showcase curated by our gracious sponsors, featuring a diverse collection that ranges from exquisite jewelry and handcrafted accessories to premium stationery and professional essentials.
As we leave this auditorium, on a count of 3, what is the theme of this conference? 1, 2, and 3. All the very best to all the delegates. Let's have a round of applause finally for all the delegates, for all the members on the dais. Wish you all the best for a great AMIMUN conference ahead. AMIMUN 2026 inaugural session has now come to an end. The organizing committee members will guide you to respective sessions. I'll request all of you to stay back here in the auditorium. All the delegates, please stay back. Here we are going to have the Google Chromebook session. All the delegates, kindly be seated. Thank you so much.